You are listening to Murder in White by Piotr Jedliński, narrated by Leighton Pugh. Chapter 1. Newcomer. When the snowstorm caught up with him, he thought to himself that hell, if it exists at all, is not dominated by fire and darkness, but that it is quite the opposite. Hell is icy and blinds you with its fluorescent whiteness. It has no direction. There is only chaos. Hell blows a fierce gale straight into your face, as if it wants to shove your scream of despair back down your throat, rip the skin from your bones, and strip you of your face. Just as winter renders the whole world expressionless when it buries it in white. And for the unfortunate, lost in the mad turmoil, there is no hope. There are only frost cuts as sharp as a scalpel, the cold radiating throughout the body, the chills intensifying, and the desperate march ahead into the white nothingness. After the elements kicked in for good, the man quickly lost track of time. He tried to get back on the track, but it was in vain. Even if, by some miracle, he succeeded, he still wouldn't be able to be sure. Who knows? Maybe he had already crossed the mountain path once or twice during his senseless wandering, but didn't notice it in the overwhelming whiteness. He walked through the snowy cauldron step by step. He looked around, squinting, but his gaze couldn't go any farther than a few meters around him. He would have succumbed to the cold pressure long ago if it wasn't for the down jacket bought for quite a lot of money. But more minutes passed, more quarters of an hour. They had to pass, though it seemed to him that time stood still and the residual heat slowly faded. He also felt a shiver. His body set his muscles in motion to wring a spark from them. The man did not panic. It was too late to panic. At most, he wondered at his thoughts, for these drifted into areas of irrationality. He wondered, among other things, about the question of naming the cause of his own doom. Modest comfort was brought by another thought. If he were really dying, he asked himself, wouldn't he just be watching the story of his life in colourful flashbacks? He wouldn't be upset by that. It would be helpful to see something more than that fucking white before you die. His wish came true faster than he could have expected. Other shades crept into the white, navy blue, grey and black. Apparently Lucifer was turning out the lights and hell was getting dark. With a gloved hand he rummaged for his phone, even though he'd checked it at the very beginning before the weather had gotten completely screwed up. Of course, nothing had changed. The battery had died. A useless piece of glass and plastic. But even assuming that you could manage to get some signal to get out of this snowy hell, what could you tell the rescuers? Nothing, because there's nothing around but snow. He tried to look out for anything in the falling dusk. The hurricane noise did not diminish. He was fooling himself, telling himself that when the feral darkness fell, it would be easier to see the saving light in it, a sign that there were other people and shelter. He blinked his half-blinded eyes. Something stood before him, an upright, twisted shape. It was a gnarled, solitary tree resisting the mighty blizzard. He leaned against it, exhausted, with the thought of resting. 1 moment, maybe 2, just to take a breather, to think more soberly, and then go on. Go on. Guided only by the primal urge to survive. Although it was tempting, it was tempting, to drop down on the compacted snow, lean his back against the trunk. Rest.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?